Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I wanted to quickly share a benefit. I know that many of us are preoccupied with Ashr al-Hijjah, so I'm going to keep it very brief, inshallah. It is concerning the book Sharh-us-Sunnah, the description of the book to that prominent scholar, that great Imam, al-Barbahaare rahimahullah. This book, there comes a misconception that this book is not authentic to this Imam. So I wanted to clarify in this short audio, inshallah, that this book is affirmed to this Imam, and this has been stated by over 13 scholars or more of great prolific Imams who are known for their specialty and their expertise of this science of identifying books to their authors. Firstly, we should understand that this science of understanding makhtutat and manuscripts and the description of books to their authors, it's not a science for every type of person to delve into. This is for someone that has studied the affair and spent years learning from scholars, and it takes a number of years to have experience before speaking about the science. So it should not be any type of affair that anyone comes and says that a book is not authentic to an Imam. So we should leave this to great renowned scholars who are qualified for this affair. And from the scholars that have affirmed this book to this Imam is Ibn Abi Ya'la rahimahullah in Tabaqat al-Hanabila. When he was given a biography of al-Barbahaare rahimahullah, he cited most of the book. So, and also we rely on many points from his copy. So it is really a strong mu'tamad, it's what is relied upon. Really what's found of the manuscript has deficiency. So this shows you that the book is relied upon what other scholars have cited and quoted. And it's looked at from a number of angles, where you find that various of scholars of different madhabs and different timings ascribe this book back to this Imam. And they have clarified, of scholars of our time, that the manuscript that has the name of another author, other than the author of Imam al-Barbahaare rahimahullah, it is an error that has occurred like other manuscripts have an error, or books that we have no doubt regarding them. That we have come across books that is 100% to its author, and then yet we find another name. And there's many examples, Al-Tahawiyya, other books that we don't have any doubt regarding them. So that is not something to stand on or hold weight in the face of all these great Imams affirming, such as Ibn Hajar rahimahullah and Fath al-Bari, Imam al-Dhahabi rahimahullah, and a number of his works, of his books, Shaykh Islam, Ibn Taymiyyah, Ibn Muflih, scholars that are from the Madhab al-Hanbali, who are fully acquainted of the works and the authorship of Imam al-Barbahaare rahimahullah. These scholars have ascribed it. Ibn Battah rahimahullah cites a paragraph from the works of Imam al-Barbahaare rahimahullah. So this is not something we should have doubt or concerning. It's affirmed to this Imam. So some have already written clarifications in detail addressing this misconception that this book is not affirmed to Imam al-Barbahaare rahimahullah. And if you notice the same screenshots that they send around for them proving that this book is not affirmed to Imam al-Barbahaare rahimahullah, it's something that they constantly circulate, and it's the same screenshot, and it's taken from a website that has been dedicated, they say, to refute the Wahhabis. So this is something قد قالها الذين من قبلهم فما أغنى عنهم ما كانوا يكسبون. It's something that people have said before and has been responded to, and our scholars haven't paid any attention to such a doubt. No, for verily it doesn't hold any weight to say that a particular name of a man that was mentioned in a book is a reason why the book is no longer affirmed to Imam al-Barbahaare rahimahullah. That's not that fair. As we know, there's tons of manuscripts where sometimes an error may happen where a name other than the name of the author we may mention. It's possible. If this is something that happens in narrations of a hadith, then why would it not happen with a book, with an ascription to an imam? And when you read the content of these works, you find that these are the words of Imam al-Barbahaare rahimahullah when you compare it to other of his works. Also, you find that great imams, Ibn Rajab rahimahullah, he cited some of the words of Imam al-Barbahaare from Sharh-us-Sunnah and ascribed it to him. Ibn Abdul Hadi الصفدي في الوافي بالوفيات, Ibn Imad al-Hanbali في الشذرات. There's a number of scholars, Abu al-Yaman al-Ulaymi, where they have listed, the name goes on and on, of different various of scholars that have affirmed this book. And if it wasn't for the fact that the prints that we all have before us of those scholars or those mashayikh that did a checking of tahqiq, of verification of the manuscripts, they all concluded with their research that the book is affirmed to Imam al-Barbahaare rahimahullah. After researching the matter thoroughly and examining and scrutinizing, so we shouldn't have any doubt. If people of this expertise and with all this qualification have affirmed it, then we should affirm it as well. And those who may come and say that it's ascribed to a Khalil, a Ghulam Khalil, then even if that was the case, then the book, what it contains of content generally, is from the creed of Ahl-Sunnah wal Jama'ah. And our scholars have explained it, Shaykh Salih Fawzan, Shaykh Ahmed Najmi, various of ulama have given attention to it and clarified that the general message of this book is from the belief of Ahl-Sunnah wal Jama'ah. And we understand that this book is like any other book besides the book of Allah. يَعْبَ اللَّهُ الْإِسْمَ إِلَّا الْكِتَابِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala refuses for a book to be completely perfect except His. So for there to be an error or a mistake or a particular wording doesn't decrease from the value of the book. And in fact, this book has become somewhat a thorn in the throats of the people of innovation because of it's known for its severity against the people of desires and exposing their plots. So even if the book wasn't authentic to Imam al-Barbahaare, the general content of the message of the book is something that has its origin and support. Like other books that we know that we continuously benefit of, that may not be 100% affirmed, and yet we continuously benefit from those works and quote from them. So we shouldn't use this as some sort of argument to degrade this book. It is a book that there's so much benefits. For that reason, our scholars have given much attention and explaining it and sharing its benefits. Also, from the things that we should pay attention to, that the copy that we're mainly relying upon is the copy of Ibn Abi Ya'la. Between him and Imam al-Barbahaare rahimahullah is 2 men. So, taken from this source that is closer, it holds more weight And also being that other scholars who have cited the parts of the book have cited it exactly as it's known and ascribed it back to Imam al-Barbahaare rahimahullah, we shouldn't have any doubt in that affair. And one thing to remove such a doubt that the name of the person who was on there, one of the things that showed that it was an error, when they returned back to his biography of al-Bahili Ghulam Khalil, no one mentioned this book, Sharh-us-Sunnah, in his biography. So just to come and look for something general or vague that he would author something, that's not enough. If it was so unknown, it would be mentioned like how the book, Imam Barbaharee's book, Sharh-us-Sunnah, was mentioned. So this is something to pay attention to. We end with this.